Welcome to the class of antenna and wave propagation. Here we will continue with the short electric dipole and also will discuss about the half wave dipole. Now in the last lecture we have discussed that short in the fields we want to find out the fields from a short electric dipole. I want to find out the at point P what is the electric and magnetic field magnitude at point P, and also I want to find out the power radiated by the short electric dipole at point P and total power radiated by the short electric dipole. Clear? So in the last lecture we have started the short electric fields from the short electric dipole. This is a dipole and I want to find out the fields at point P which is having a coordinate r, theta and phi. Clear? Now in the last lecture we had derived the electric field, r component of electric field and theta component of electric field, that is ER equal to I naught L cos theta e minus j omega t minus में r by c divided by twice of 2 pi epsilon naught bracket start 1 by c r square plus में 1 by j omega r cube. E theta will be I naught L sin theta e j omega t minus में r by c divided by 4 pi epsilon naught bracket start j omega c square r plus में 1 by c r square plus में 1 by j omega r cube. Now we will find out, as we have find out the electric field, now we will find out the magnetic field component at the point P. So as we know that H is equal to del cross A 1 by mu. So del cross A will be what? In the spherical coordinate system, in spherical coordinate system del cross A will be a cap r 1 by r sin theta. This is the formula which we have discussed in the earlier lectures. 1 by a cap r 1 by r sin theta, partial differentiation with respect to theta sin theta minus में partial differentiation with respect to phi a theta plus में a cap theta 1 by r sin theta, partial differentiation with respect to phi ar minus में partial differentiation with respect to r sin theta a phi plus में a cap phi divided by r bracket start partial differentiation with respect to r theta r a cap theta minus में partial differentiation with respect to theta a cap ar. So as we know that the a phi is equal to 0 and ar and a theta is independent of phi. So when ar and a theta is independent of phi, ar and a theta is independent of phi, it means this term will be 0. Clear? And a phi is 0. When a phi is 0, so this will also be 0. And when ar is independent of phi, this term will also be 0. And here what? This will also be, here it will be multiply में a phi, as a phi is also, this will also be 0. So only component will be left, we will having a HR component, that is HR equal to, on putting the value of a theta and AR, we will get H phi is equal to I naught L sin theta equal j omega t minus में r by c divided by 4 pi bracket start j omega by CR plus में 1 by r square. We have put the value of a theta and AR that we have calculated in the last lecture. Clear? So HR component will also be 0 and H theta components will also be 0, that is HR equal to H theta is equal to 0. Now for the far field case, now if I want to have a far field case, then you know that as R is very large, r is very large, so 1 by r square will be very small. So as r is very large, so ignore or we can neglect the 1 by r, higher order terms of r square, inverse proportional of higher order terms of r square, r that is 1 by r square r cube these terms can be neglected or ignored. So E theta will be j omega I naught L sin theta equal j omega t minus में r by c divided by 4 pi epsilon naught c square r, and h phi is equal to, therefore h phi will also be equal to j omega I naught L sin theta 1 equal j omega t minus r by c divided by 4 pi r c r. You know that, just ignore these terms, 1 by r square, you will get h phi this one, and when for E theta, just ignores the higher order terms of 1 by higher order terms that is 1 by r square and 1 by r cube, you will get E theta will be equal to this one, that is E theta will be equal to this one, and ER does not have a 1 by r component, so ignore the 1 by r square and 1 by r cube, therefore ER will be 0. So E theta and h phi will be 0. Now for the intrinsic impedance of space, you know that the intrinsic impedance of space is equal to E theta divided by h phi. Just putting these two values in this here, and you will get what, 1 upon में epsilon c under root of mu naught into में epsilon naught, that will be equal to 377 ohm. Just putting the value of c, epsilon naught, c, mu naught and epsilon naught, you will get intrinsic impedance of space, that is equal to 377 ohm. Now if I next one is the, what will be the radiation pattern of the short electric dipole. Now see, if I say the dipole is placed like this one, or you can say if dipole is placed like this one, and this is 0 degree, this is 180 degree, this will be 90 degree, and this will be 270 degree, then it will radiate in this direction. If a dipole is placed vertically here, you will see the radiation pattern will be like this one in the shape of wave, that is known as, that is also known as a Dauphinat shape. Clear? Now next is, we will want to find out the radiation resistance of short dipole. Now see, if I say I want to find out the radiation resistance of a short electric dipole, I want to find out the radiation resistance of short electric dipole. First, we will calculate the first step for calculating the radiation resistance. First, we will calculate what? Power obtained at point P. When I have got the power obtained at point P, then we will what? Find out the total power radiated by dipole all over the space, means total power radiated by this dipole all over the space. Now that if I get the total power radiated by the space, that will be equal to what? 1 by 2 I square RMS multiply में radiation resistance. Just use this formula, you will get the radiation resistance. So to calculate the radiation resistance of short electric dipole, power delivered to a dipole is equal to I square R, and I is equal to I RMS, and this R is equal to radiation resistance of dipole. So to calculate the radiation resistance, first we will calculate what? Pointing vector of far field, which is integral of the power of by a point over a large sphere, that is to obtain the total power radiated. Clear? First we will calculate the Poynting theorem, power obtained at point P, then we will integrate that power obtained at point P, then we will, if we integrate over a whole sphere, we will get the total power radiated by the dipole. Clear? So power radiated will be equal to what? Average Poynting vector, that is equal to 1 S equal to, if I say average Poynting vector that is shown by S is equal to 1 by 2 real part of E theta dot H phi conjugate part of h phi. Now see, s equal to 1 by 2 real part of, just put this value, as we know that e theta is what, you know that e theta will be what, eta into my h phi, just put this value e theta h phi into my eta, and that is equal to under root of mu naught by epsilon naught. We will see here this one. Clear? Now just this one you will get the real part of h phi ka whole square, that is real part of mu naught, that comes out to be what, 377 ohm. You will see here that under root of mu naught by mu naught epsilon equal to 377 ohm. Just put this value here, that is equal to 377 ohm. You will get the average pointing vector, or you can say the power obtained at point P. And what is that point P? That is this one. Clear? Now what will be the total power rated? If I integrate, let's see this one, if the power obtained at point P, this one, if I integrate the total power radiated over a point P over a whole sphere, then you will get the total power radiated by the this one. Clear? So total power radiated will be equal to what? P equal to integration of, just integrate, take the integral of SR into my ds over a whole sphere, that is phi will ranges from 0 to 2 pi and theta will vary from 0 to pi, and radius is constant, that is equal to r. Clear? So therefore it will be 1 by 2 h phi square multiply my under root of mu naught into my epsilon naught, ds will be equal to r square sin theta d theta into my d phi, as we know that the r is constant. So put the value of h phi, you know the h phi will be what, h phi का real part क्या होगा, that will be equal to omega into my I naught L divided by 4 pi CR into my sin theta. Just put this value h phi equal to omega into my I naught L sin theta upon my 4 pi CR. Now see, P equal to will be what, equal to 1 by 2 root of mu naught into my epsilon naught 0 to 2 pi 0 to pi omega square I naught square L square sin theta 16 pi square c square into my r square, just take the whole square of this one, multiply my r square sin theta into my d theta into my d phi. Clear? Now power will be what, 1 by 16 root of mu naught into my epsilon naught beta square I naught square into my L multiply my 2 divided by pi. Just solve this equation, you will get, put this, integrate phi with respect to phi, you will get multiply my 2 pi and 0 to pi you will get sin cube theta, that is a odd function, even function, then you can also that multiply by 2, you will get 0 to pi by 2 sin cube theta d theta. Clear? On solving this integration, you will get power radiated is equal to under root of mu naught into my epsilon naught beta square I naught square into my L square divided by 12 pi watt. Clear? Now put the value of this one, that is equal to 377 ohm or equal to 120 pi. Put this value here. When you will just put this value, so or just put this value at the end. To calculate, now we will calculate the radiation resistance. Now this one is equal to what? Radiation resistance is equal to total power radiated will be equal to what? 1 by 2 into my I square RMS multiply my radiation resistance of dipole. Clear? Now this one, put the value of P radiated here, 1 by 2 I square RMS, that is this one, you can say that is equal to this one multiply my RR, you will get radiation resistance is equal to this one. On just putting the value of mu naught into me 2 pi equal to 120 pi and solve this equation, you will get radiation resistance is equal to, and beta equal to what? Beta is equal to what? 2 pi by lambda. So we will get radiation resistance is equal to what? 80 pi square L square divided by lambda square. Now see, this is the radiation resistance of a dipole, not of a short electric dipole. This is a radiation resistance of a dipole, not a short dipole consists of, that depends on the length of the dipole. Clear? Now see, this is the radiation of a dipole. Remember, this one is the radiation resistance of a dipole, not of a short electric dipole. Now see, the first case is for the short dipole or small dipole. If the length of this antenna lies between lambda by 50 to lambda by 10, that is 0.02 to 0.1 lambda. If length, then it is known as the short dipole or small dipole. And in this current, if I am providing current, the current will be what? Non-uniform current distribution for an element of length dl. Clear? Now see, there will be a triangular current distribution will be there, and in that case, short electric dipole, radiation is a short electric dipole will be equal to what? Divide by 4. Just take the 1/4 of this one. You will get that is equal to 20 pi square dl square divided by lambda square. This one is the radiation resistance of short electric dipole. Always remember, when you will calculate the length of the, when you calculate the radiation resistance of any dipole, just first find out the radiation length of the dipole in terms of lambda, and if you get the length of lambda is lies between 0.02 lambda to 0.1 lambda, then use this formula. Clear? Now if the second case is what? For the infinitesimal dipole, if length is even less than lambda by 50, that is L equal to less than 0.02 lambda. Clear? Now see this one, if length is less than 0.02 lambda, then there will be a uniform current distribution, and in that case radiation resistance is equal to 80 pi square dl square by lambda square ohm. Clear? Now see, third case is what? For the monopole, of an element having h equal to 2L, that is, this antenna is placed like this one above a plane ground. If I say this antenna is placed above a plane ground, that is, this is having a length h, and on analysis by the method of images, same length is taken, this one. So total length is equal to will be what? Height of antenna will be what? Equals to twice of dl. Clear? So in that case, you will see here that h radiation resistance equal to 10 pi square dl square by lambda square. Just take the 1/8 of this one, and or just put this h equals to, wait a second, see this one, I have drawn this one wrong. In this you will see that L equal to 2h, or you can say dl equals to 2h, because you will see that here it is L equals to 2h. Clear? On just putting this will L equal to 2h, you will get that equals to 400 pi square h square by lambda, that will be equal to this one. Clear? 400 means that will be equal to 40. Clear? That will be equal to 40. So book I have referred for preparing the slides, that is Antennas for All Application by the J.D. Cross and Antenna Theory, Analysis and Design by the Constant by Balanis, that is 3rd edition. Thank you.